In today's episode of 5 Scary Ghost Videos caught on camera. Number 5. The first video comes from the YouTube channel Dark Ghost Paranormal, which this time went to the house where the witch used to live. For several years, the building has been abandoned and probably haunted. As usual, Dark Ghost started by putting cameras and devices all over the house, and it didn't take long for one of them to record something scary. A very sinister and suspicious voice was recorded by one of the cameras, and a few seconds later, the door of one of the cabinets started to move by itself. But that was not the end of the paranormal activity.
Так, прошло минут 20, пока что тишина, ничего не происходит. Не знаю, будет ли еще что-то. В общем, посижу. Вот что здесь происходит. Камеры все попадали.
A few minutes later, when Dark Ghost was in the next room, we could hear the sinister voice of someone or something again. But this time, the activity increased. The chairs shifted suddenly and unexpectedly, and the camera fell to the ground. After all these strange and unexplained events, Dark Ghost decided to provoke a ghost and try to communicate with it.
А пол, вот это будет жестко. Ты здесь? Дай мне знак. Вы те братья, которые жили здесь? Стукни. 1 раз да, 2 раза нет. Что вас здесь держит? Вас здесь держит та ведьма, которая здесь жила? Вас она убила? Она сейчас здесь? Я могу вам чем-нибудь помочь? Нет. Это вы такие издаете звуки? Эта ведьма мне может чем-нибудь навредить? Это вы? Вы сейчас издаете этот звук? Нет. Походу, она. Она сейчас находится в этой комнате? Нет. Вам кто-нибудь может помочь? Нет. Мне здесь опасно оставаться? Походу, друзья, надо уходить. Помочь я им ничем не могу. Вот, не боюсь, грозит опасность. Да.
After a few minutes of horror, Dark Ghost heard and saw enough and decided to leave the building. So what do you folks think about it? Was all that we saw and heard were just a few tricks and a well-prepared hoax? Or was it real? The final decision is yours. If you want to watch the entire episode of this investigation, visit his YouTube channel Dark Ghost Paranormal. Number 4. The next video comes from the YouTube channel Didoch Michael, which flew to Thailand this time to an abandoned building in the Red Light District. The facility is well known to the local people for its high paranormal activity and ghost sightings, but most importantly, because of the enormous amount of murder committed there. Michael, after arriving at the place, immediately began exploring the building. While he was going to the second floor, he saw something bizarre.
분위기는 지진다. 응? 뭐야? 방으로 들어가는 건물 아니야? 이걸로 끝이네. 아, 이 계단도 있구나. 여기도 뭐 있고. 다시 올라가 봅시다. 오! 와!
The broom that was on the second floor was moved by someone, but when Michael goes higher, he finds no one there. So he decided to continue his exploration and go to the upper floors, but after a while, he starts to hear strange, inexplicable noises.
지금 내려가려다가 이거 계단 봐봐봐. 아까 저쪽 우리 반대편에서 올라온 거하고 좀 분위기. 이거 건물 안에서 소리 나는 건데 뭐야? 아야 이게 태국 귀신 이게 기운인가 이거? 뭐야? 소리.
Strange noises, bangs, and voices disturb him enough that he decides to leave the building and end the investigation. But as he stands outside and he's about to drive away, he notices something in one of the windows. Something truly terrifying.
나왔어요. 나왔는데 이게 와 개소리 봐라. 와 여기에요 여기. 저거 뭐야? 오! 뭐야 잠깐. 나 잘못 봤나? 와, 나 녹화 때 지금 나 바로 뒤로 바꿔서 봐볼게요. 와, 뭐야, 막 뭐 찍힌 것 같기도 하고.
In one of the windows, we see the pale face of a woman who leans out and looks towards him. Michael runs away when he spots the ghost, but returns seconds later. But in the same window, we see a scary face again. So folks, did Michael manage to capture a real ghost on the camera? Or was it just a stranger? Choose wisely. I highly recommend that you watch the entire episode on his YouTube channel Diduch Michael. Number 3. Another video was posted by TikTok user Zinegar, who works on a construction site and was supposed to move one of the machines to another place at night. But while passing through, the rear view camera noticed something strange. On the reversing camera, we see a figure that we can't see in the camera from the phone. So what do you think about it? Real or fake? Decide. Number 2. Another scary video comes from the YouTube channel Exploration Unknown, which along with the other YouTubers, Jim and Tim, went to an abandoned building in the middle of nowhere. Upon arrival, the three of them started by checking all of the rooms, and then the area around the building. After that, they went inside, where John's camera captures someone who shouldn't be there.
No, it's Tim. Oh, sorry. Oh, you ruined my moonshot, bro.
Oh, man.
I already got it though. It's all good. It's beautiful, man. Okay. All right, guys. We've got the K2 meter over here in this window. We're getting things set up. Alright. And then in here, we got Josh on the porch.
On the second floor we can see someone walking down the hall, but the weirdest thing is that the three of them were on the first floor and they had checked the whole building beforehand to make sure no one was there. But it wasn't the only time John's camera captures something weird, because a few minutes later it captures someone again.
It's me. It's me. Did you hear that? Sound like something back here.
It sounds like a breath.
Yeah.
Like a woman inhaling quickly. Like that. You? Is that you? My breath. It sounds like my breath.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, thank you for talking to us, Ava.
In the door on the right, we can see a black hand that disappears a few seconds later. Even more strangely, none of the folks noticed this phenomenon. But not only John managed to record something strange, Tim from the Breaking the Shell channel, which was also there, managed to record something chilling on the camera.
So yeah. Yeah, the echo box is pretty cool. Alright, dude, I guess we better go in.
Look at that fog.
Yeah, let's go in.
In the window on the second floor, we can see a dark figure walking across the room. So what do you folks think about it? Have John and Tim recorded a real ghost on the camera and the whole place is haunted? Or is it just a mystification? You are the judges. You decide. If you want to watch the entire episode of this investigation, visit Tim and Joe YouTube channels Exploration Unknown and Breaking the Shell. Number 1. The last recording is a short clip from the Garman Su Yan channel. We can see a ghost captured in one of the apartments. In the toilet, we can see a frightening figure of a woman. Is it a real ghost? Or just a fake video? Decide, folks. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you in the next one.
Oh, mi lente, boludo.